Good morning. Hello. The video is on chapter 3, section 6 in honors geometry. So that section is types of triangles. Triangles are typed, they're sort of put in categories by either the length of their sides or the sizes of their angles. So types by side length. One is scalene. A scalene triangle has no congruent sides. None of the sides are equal. So you might see a diagram that looks like this. Now, as it happens, none of the angles are equal, but we're going to be talking about that in a minute. Scalene. A scalene triangle has no congruent sides. 2. Isosceles. At least 2 congruent sides. So, isosceles triangle. A isosceles triangle has at least 2 congruent sides. So an isosceles triangle has these 2 sides congruent. Now, what's tricky about this is the isosceles triangle and the equilateral triangle are sort of like a rectangle and a square, because not all rectangles are squares, but all squares are rectangles. So the third type of triangle is an equilateral triangle. Now, this type of triangle has all sides congruent. So an equilateral triangle looks like this. This side congruent to this side, congruent to this side. So all equilateral triangles are isosceles triangles, but not all isosceles triangles are equilateral triangles. Oh my gosh, I just looked outside, it's snowing. What? What? It's snowing. Anyway. So, equilateral triangle, all sides congruent. Okay, so the 3 types of triangles by their sides are scalene, no sides congruent; isosceles, 2 sides congruent; equilateral, all sides congruent. So one important note is that all equilateral triangles are isosceles. but no, not all isosceles triangles are equilateral. Okay, so it's kind of like rectangles and squares. Right? It's kind of like rectangles and squares. Okay, so that is the three types of triangles by their side length. Now there are types of triangles by their angle. So types of triangles by their angle size. One, equiangular equiangular triangles, all three angles congruent and equal to 60 degrees. This is because 180 divided by 3 is equal to 60. Now, this is also equilateral. Okay? So it's also equilateral. Equiangular triangles are equilateral triangles. Okay? There is a second type of triangle by their angles, and that is acute triangles, where all three angles are acute. All right, and that triangle looks like this, where all three angles are smaller than 90. Basically, an acute triangle has all three angles acute, and that is smaller than 90. All right, and the third triangle by its angle classification is a right triangle. All right, so this has one right angle. So right triangles have one right angle. So if a triangle has a right angle, it is a right triangle. But it only has one right angle. Do you know why it only has one right angle? It only has one right angle because if it had two right angles, that would equal 180 degrees, 90 plus 90. But a triangle has three angles, so there's a contradiction kind of, huh? Yeah. Okay. So the fourth triangle is an obtuse triangle. The fourth triangle by angle size is obtuse. And this is one obtuse angle. And that's larger than 90. And obtuse triangles generally, they have this big angle right up here usually. Okay, so this might be 100 degrees, 120 degrees. It could be 170 degrees. That'd be a very small little, that'd be a tight angle there, but that one angle is obtuse. Now the other angles are acute. And this is acute. But one angle is obtuse. Okay, so that sort of summarizes what the types of triangles are, either by their side lengths or their angle sizes. Now, we look at triangles, we look at types of triangles and determine what type they are based on the information that we have. Okay, and sometimes we have to prove a triangle is scalene or prove a triangle is equilateral. Or we might be given some information about the side lengths and then asked if the triangle is equilateral, scalene, or isosceles. So what type of triangle is it? So I think I'm going to do one example like that, and then that'll be it. Okay, so let's take a look at something of that nature. Okay. Let's do now I gotta find a problem for us. Okay, so y'all see this triangle right here? I wanted to find a problem there. Let's get one. Okay, so this triangle right here is triangle ABC, and its perimeter is 43. Okay, so if its perimeter is 43, we want to determine if this triangle is scalene, equilateral, or isosceles. So what type of triangle is it? Now, if its perimeter is 43, we're going to add this expression to this expression to this number and set it equal to 43. So x plus 4 plus 16 plus 2x plus 2 equals 43. And we do the algebra on this, and we get 3x on this side, 3x, and then 22. All right, equals 43. And then, so 3x is equal to 21. I subtract 22. So x equals 7. Okay, so if x equals 7, x plus 4 is 11. All right? And 7 times 2 is 14, plus 2 is 16. So we can see that we have two sides equal. So we have an isosceles triangle. So that is the 3-6 notes. Okay, types of triangles. Have a nice day.